Do you love to cook and bake? Why not have the kitchen of your dreams and stock up with Pampered Chef this season? From kitchen shears to measuring cups or stainless steel cookware, Pampered Chef has all of your kitchen essentials and accessories to help you cook with ease and comfort. Prepare meals for friends or the whole family? Interested in learning more or hosting a party? Reach out to Teresa on Facebook by searching Cooking with Teresa or visit her website, www.pamperedchef.com/PWS/TRogers5. Looking for something sweet to brighten your day? Stop by Dessert First Bakery in downtown Tuscola, located at 117 West Sales Street. From warm, fresh baked morning muffins to delightful afternoon cookies and macarons, there's always something delicious waiting for you. Owned by Samantha Baird, this beautiful new bakery in downtown Tuscola is bringing all of the feel of urban city bakery with the small town atmosphere. Whether you're treating yourself or grabbing something to share, Dessert First has a flavor for every craving. They're open Thursday through Sunday, so swing in, indulge a little, and remember, at Dessert First Bakery, dessert isn't just a treat, it's a priority. Stop by and see them at Sam's brand new storefront.
Hey everybody, Kirk Rogers here. Welcome back to Duty Calls BS Falls. It's good to see you today. Back with me today, I got my sidekicks. Got Jerrod, got Jordon. We have a guest today. This is my good friend, my longtime friend, a lifelong friend, Kris Bolt. He lives in Philo, Illinois. Kris is a graduate of Villa Grove High School, and he lives in Philo right now. And he asked if we were going to do a podcast. He wanted to come be on one. And when he found out what the topic was today, he burned rubber getting here so he could be here to be on the podcast with us. So we're all glad to see you. We have a topic. The topic of today is going to be property taxes. I promise you that's where we're going to end up. But there's been so much crap going on the past couple of days in the state of Illinois, we're going to kind of air some of that crap out before we get going on to property taxes. I don't know if you guys seen it, but in the middle of the night last night, they passed a $56 billion budget. $56 billion.
I heard about it, yep.
Now, they say, the Democrats say, well, this budget is fair and balanced. Well, I don't know what the hell is fair, but do you know anything is fair and balanced for any of us, other than it's on our backs and we got to pay for it?
The pension portion of it isn't balanced.
No, not at all. And they say it's fair and balanced, but it's fair and balanced on our backs because they had to find another $900 million in revenue to make this budget work. So they went and they increased taxes, just like they always do. They increase taxes to find the money. And it's all on our backs. We're all carrying this shit on our backs all the time. There is no property tax relief in this budget. There's no gas tax relief in this budget to help us out with the price of fuels because of everything that's going on in the world today. I don't know what the hell there is in that budget that's going to benefit you or me. There's nothing in there other than we get to pay for it. I guess that's the only benefit there is. We get to pay for it. It's unbelievable. You know what the Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority is. You know, they ran alerts in the computer stuff and all that stuff. There is a line item in the appropriation for the Illinois Criminal Justice Authority. Chapin Rose was on ranting about this morning for some kind of a group in the south side of Chicago for women who aren't very good mothers, and they use this money to try to teach them how to be good mothers.
I forget if it had like a little catchy name.
Yeah, it had a catchy name, and I can't remember what it was.
Moms or something.
Yeah, it's something mommies. Yeah. It's something mommies. But they hey, look that up. Tell us what it is. So he can be our. We
were talking about this morning.
I saw that on Facebook, and some of the comments in there, they wanted to know if it was a strip club.
Well, anyway, it's Nessie's Mommies or something. I don't know.
Jordan will find it.
Jordan's looking it up. He'll get her dialed up here in a minute. And we'll talk about. Yeah, you know what's going to happen in a year and a half, 2 years. that gal that runs that, she's going to be on the news because she got indicted for spending that money. Well,
Yeah, she'll have like a $1.2 million home. Like,
yeah,
like,
exactly. It's like, well, I went and bought a new car, and I did, so in 2 years, she'll be getting indicted, and
I didn't know you couldn't spend the money that way.
Yeah, well, nobody told me that. They didn't say. They just said, here's some money for you.
It was 2 or 3 million, I think, or 1.5 million or something.
I thought it was $750,000 is what it
no,
said.
you're right. It was under $1 million.
I think it was $750,000. So anyway, that's the kind of crap that they've got in this budget, and all the Republicans voted no. Thank you, Republicans. I'm glad they did. But people, we're going to get into talking about property taxes, and don't even know that the liberals out there say that property taxes are a local problem. I don't disagree with that, but the state still has a lot of influence on property taxes. So as far as multipliers and things like that
I think of the reason that the locals are hurting and the property tax is an issue is that the state has taken sales tax revenue and
I agree with
other
that.
stuff that the locals used to get.
Right. I agree with that. They did sweep, they said in this budget, they swept $150 million out of motor fuel tax fund. They swept $150 million out of that to give to somebody. I mean, there's all kinds of money in there for illegal alien health care,
3.5 million.
And then illegal alien like halfway houses or something. I don't know. I think the name of that was like Nessie's Mommies or something.
I couldn't find it.
Go to Chapin. Just go put Chapin in Facebook, and because he got a post on there about it. You know what? You got to give Chapin Rose credit. You and I both remember when Chapin Rose was a brand new attorney trying to prosecute traffic tickets at the old court building on Bennett Street. And
102 South Bennett.
I'm telling you, he wasn't worth a shit at it either. You'd go in there on a traffic ticket and he'd be like, and you'd say, hey, man, just get me introduced and I'll get you your conviction. It's no big deal. So he'd get you introduced and then that would be it. So anyway, maybe that was Lifeline Screening calling me. Maybe they think I need to go get checked out because I'm sitting here ranting and raving on this podcast.
Getting worked up
is what I need to do. But yeah, so it's just unbelievable. They give all this money away and they call it a responsible and balanced budget. Well, they balance that budget on our backs. That's what they do. It's crazy.
Hustle mommies. Hustle mommies. Hustle.
Say it in there.
Hustle mommies.
Okay, it's hustle mommies.
Hustle mommies. Say it one more time for us.
So that's who got $750,000. But what amazes me is they gave it to him on a line item from the Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority budget.
They did.
It's crazy.
That's exactly it. Yep.
So anyway,
for operational expenses.
So that's been going on in the world, but we've all been waiting to do this podcast.
Hustle mommies.
But because it's a hot topic right now in Douglas County, and I know it is in Champaign too. But the hot topic in Douglas County is property taxes. And that was the whole purpose of having the podcast. We were going to try and get her done last week, but one of the panel wasn't feeling good, and then we were having a couple of technical issues because the owner of the podcast is a cheap ass. So we had to get that fixed up, and now here we are. We're going to go. I'm sure everybody got their property tax bill
and shit their pants when they opened it
a week or 10 days ago.
Yep.
That's my property tax bill. Okay. Now, this home that I live in here is 40 years old. I've lived in it since 2019. When I got the first tax bill on this place, it was $5,600. And I'm not ashamed because you can look up and see what my taxes are. The tax bill I'm holding in my hand is for almost $8,100. So do the math. And that's just in 6 years. Now, keep in mind, I keep my place up. I keep it looking real nice. But my house is 40 years old. It's still got 40-year-old windows in it. It's still got 40-year-old cabinets in it. My machine shed out back is 56 years old. All I've done is trim some trees, keep the grass looking nice. I did have new landscaping put in, and I had my shed painted. But evidently, that gets you a lot of money because they say that my home is worth and $100,000 more than what I paid for it. Well, if you want to come write me a check for this, some bitch, come on and come write it because I'll do her. Anyway, so that's where we're at now. I'm holding tax bills. Well, let me back up. Okay, so first of all, I don't think anybody should get mad at your local township tax assessor because all they are is information gatherers. Mm-hmm. They gather information and they submit it to the supervisor of assessments at the courthouse. It's the supervisor of assessments that sets and processes all this information and decides what's going to be what. So we have a supervisor of assessments that sits in there, and she tries to second guess what the state of Illinois is going to do. So this year, you got zinged for an 8% equalized assessed value increase. Everybody in the county did. You did, you did, I did. They probably did it to you in Champaign too. So
No, not up there.
anyway, everybody got zinged for 8%. And I kind of knew this was going to happen a few months ago because of another board I'm on. They talked about it. So that happened. So you take that 8% increase in your equalized assessed value, and then you put on the increase in the levies that the taxing bodies put on, which they can levy you an increase every year in their levy up to 4.99% without having to have a truth in taxation hearing. Well, they all do that. They all do it. So you're looking at 8% increase in your EAV. You're looking at a 4.99% increase in your levy from your taxing bodies. And that's not counting the schools, because you throw the schools in there, the schools are going to zing you for more than that. I know of a school district in this county that's west of me about 8 miles. They increased their tax levy by 10% this year. 10% they increased it. They did everything they were supposed to do. They had a truth in taxation hearing and this and that, but they still raised them anyway because when they have a truth in taxation hearing, they bury it in the back of the paper in the smallest letters they can. Nobody reads a newspaper anymore. Do you read a newspaper? Nobody reads a newspaper. So they put this in the newspaper and nobody reads it. Nobody goes to the truth in taxation hearing. We're good to go. Raise them 10%. So then everybody's goes up 10%. Their EAV goes up 8%. All the other ones can go up 5% without even, or 4.99 without a truth. So guess what? Your taxes are going to go up every year. It doesn't matter what the multiplier is. It doesn't matter any of that crap. Your taxes are going to go up every year, and there's no stopping. And it's like you said, Kris, you kind of got to blame the state of Illinois on some of that because they pull back money from these locals that they had been given, corporate tax relief, whatever they get money from. They've been pulling it back.
Aliens got to eat, man.
Absolutely, because the governor, he goes and he sweeps these accounts. It's like I said in the prior podcast, there was a lawsuit back in 2010 or 2011 when Pat Quinn was governor, and somebody sued him because he had swept some funds that they thought were protected. And the Illinois Supreme Court said the people's money is the people's money, and the governor is the steward of the people's money, and he can go sweep anything he wants because it's the people's money. He can take it and put it to places that he thinks is the best for the taxpayers' dime. They said he can do that. The only thing that he can't sweep, and you'll know this, is like what we called 1505 money, which was drug seizure money. That's governed by the federal government, and they can't get that. That's got to be used for that stuff. So anyway, he goes and sweeps and does all these things, and then we get the burden of it. So these liberal people who defend Pritzker and them, why you would, I have no idea. They come in and say, well, taxes are a local problem. They're a local problem. Well, I agree with that. They are a local problem, but the state still has its hand in what they do. They're still governing on what they sweep and what they take and what they give back to the governments. And because they don't give enough, then they got to go in and raise your property taxes. That's what happens. Property taxes are evil. Tell your story about he owns another place in Southern Illinois, and tell your story about that.
Well, when I went to build the place, I asked the guy that was going to build the shell for me if I needed to go get a building permit, and he looked at me and laughed, and he goes, "No, nobody gets building permits." I'm like, "Okay." So I tore down the existing house, buried it, and they came in and built another one. So the taxes were $600. And so after it took me a couple years to finish it, and I got the new tax bill, and it was $1,800. So I called the Pope County and talked to the gal at the recorder or whatever it is, the collector's
Assessor's
office.
office, yeah.
And I said, "How come my taxes are $1,800?" And she said, "Well, you built a new house." I said, "Well, how did you know I built a new house?" And she goes, "Well, satellite pictures." And I said, "Well, did the satellite show you there wasn't a house there for a couple of years, but you kept on taxing me the $600? Like, apparently you can only see new construction on the satellite thing. It doesn't show when you tear something down."
Wow.
So yeah, it went from 600 to 1,800.
And you didn't get any satisfaction.
And it was the
because they didn't
exact
take
same
off.
square footage.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
they look at satellites now, and I'm hearing from they're going to start flying drones and looking too. So
It wouldn't surprise me.
Just so you know.
Get your guns out. Start
Benelli,
shooting down.
break out the Benelli.
Yeah.
There you go. So, but I want to know, they started the lottery because lottery was going to fund education. We got all this marijuana tax coming in and all this stuff, but they keep taking the money. I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of bailing out the Chicago Transit Authority. I'm tired of and to be honest with you, I hate it that the Bears are in the situation they did. But if they're smart, they'll get the hell out of Illinois just like everybody else wants to do.
Yeah.
It'd be better for all of us
You
going
can't-
to a
you
game
can't-
because they'll be closer.
Yeah.
You can't afford to live in the damn state anymore.
No.
It's insane.
No.
It's stupid. Between this energy, increases in energy going up, per kilowatt, it's crazy. Everything is just increasing, and
Well,
it's insane.
Yeah, like I do a lot of welding, and
Right.
so I've got gas
a welder.
contracts.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of my gas contract came up last year, and they sent me a bill for the increase or whatever, and I saw that there was sales tax on it. I'm like, why do I have? So
Right.
I drove in there and I said, why am I paying sales tax
Yeah.
on a rental agreement?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a new Illinois law. We're taxing rental agreements now, like you bought it.
Yeah.
Only you know as well I do. You don't own the tanks.
No.
One can
Yeah.
own
The
them.
rentals. Yeah.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You empty them, you take them back,
Yep.
they give you another one. That's
Exactly.
the agreement.
Yep. Wow.
Well,
That's freaking crazy.
Or the paint tax.
Yeah.
yeah.
You could get a gallon of paint, and it's like $1.50, $2 a gallon for a tax on paint.
Yeah.
And
It's
I heard,
insane. It's insane, man.
like down south, I heard that you can go to Paducah and buy paint, and they don't have a tax on
No
it.
shit. Wow.
I mean, they make you go out of state.
They
Yeah.
do, but I'm surprised they haven't found a way to get that. But they were rumoring this plastic bag tax. I don't think it passed, but they're rumoring a plastic bag tax to tax plastic. But they do it in California.
Let's see.
now.
What aren't we taxing yet that we can tax?
Yeah, that's just exactly what it is. Is what can we tax? And how about making you get a permit for $5 to have a
Oh, the
fire
fire
pit out
Yeah.
back? You got,
Really?
they're talking. Yeah, they're talking
Oh
about
my
that.
god.
What the
But
hell?
the fine for that for non-compliance was ridiculous. It was in the
Oh
thousands.
yeah, it was. It was like I think
You're
they could find you up to
joking.
10.
Oh, I think it was more than
It may
that.
have been more than that.
Where was this at?
Here in Illinois,
In
the
Illinois.
whole state.
What the hell?
So if you
Yeah.
wanted to have, roast some wieners out back of your
Yeah.
house, you got to go get a $5
Let me get a permit.
burn pit.
Yeah, you got to get a $5 permit, and if they catch you and you don't have one,
And I don't know
they'll
what,
fine you a
like
big bunch
if you
of money.
went camping like at Wolf Creek or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that, I don't know. Everybody there got to get one. I don't know how that
Probably
works.
sell them at the campground thing, probably.
Probably.
Hey,
Yeah, right.
and they got to turn that money in. But
I just think about what our founding fathers would think today if they were alive.
They'd
you
be
know?
loading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they would.
for sure.
I just don't know. Like, it's just allowed now, and I think that's like the problem is like people.
No one
people.
speaks up.
Yeah, well, I think people are going through their own struggles every day. Everybody's got something going on, and it's a result of our government just beating people down to where
Mhm.
they feel like they don't have a voice anymore. And I think it's time that we just start standing up. Like, it's taxation theft. Like, we're literally they're literally stealing from us, and it's just time we start speaking up about it. And
It all starts right here too.
Right.
It's people like us
Yeah.
that
Well,
have
I
a
mean,
voice that use it, and everybody needs to do that. And people just are afraid.
everybody
to
needs to
speak
start appealing.
about it. Yep.
yeah, let's talk about that though. I guarantee you, in this county, you can go appeal them all you want, but unless you have a current appraisal of your home that shows that your fair cash, the cash value of it is less than what they say the market value is, they're going to tell you piss off. They ain't going to do nothing.
And that's what's crazy is like they're saying this is the fair market value of your house, but like I'm sorry, like there's no way you can know that. It's only worth what someone's willing to pay for it.
Well, exactly.
You're taxing me for a random number you made up.
Yeah, like what's that even based on?
Yeah.
You know, the supervisor of assessment, she sits in there and says she tries to keep this stuff increased so she can stay ahead of what the state multiplier is. Well, in my hand, I have my tax bills all the way back to 2012 because that's all of them I could find. I probably destroyed the rest. But all the way back to 2012, the state multiplier has been 1.00. All those years, with the exception of 2 years, and it was maybe 2017 and 2018, it was a little bit higher. Yeah, right there. This is 2017, pay 2018. The multiplier was 1.0193. So you may as well have said it was 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the year before that, in 2016, pay 2017, it was 1.0357. I think I'd rather take my chances with that little bit of an increase of a multiplier of 1 rather than you raising my equalized assessed value 8%. You know, just let me pay the tax on that. But no, she thinks she's staying ahead of it. They think they're staying ahead of the game on what they're doing with that. And the multiplier's been the same for years. And these billionaires and coming in and buying all this farm ground and overpaying for it don't help either. Mm-hmm. That's what hurts farmers, because farmers that are generational farmers that have owned farm ground through their family forever, well, they're getting nailed for that because these billionaires will come in and they'll pay $25,000 an acre for farm ground and don't care. And then that makes the equalized assessed value go up for everything everybody else owns. Yep. So I don't. It's just crazy. If you compare this year's tax bill to last year's tax bill, the multiplier's 1 and all this, but everybody raised their increases. But if you look at the tax rates on each of your tax lines, your line item tax people who tax you, which while we're talking about that, the tax that I think is the most important, that is the most important to me that I pay, is the tax for the Douglas County Historical Museum District. I'm telling you, that is the one that's the most important to me. I don't know about you guys, but it is what it is. The best thing about that is that the people own that museum now. So if you're out walking and you need to shit, go in there and do it. Just go in there and say, hey, I own this place. I'm pooping.
Paying taxes on it.
It is. I pay taxes here, you know, and get some better toilet paper because I don't like this stuff you're using. So that's the one that's most important to me. But if you look at these, they're really not that bad of increases. The big increases are your schools, and they're always going to be. And I'm going to tell you what I think about that in a minute. But I don't mind paying $27 to the Camargo Township Road District or $18 to the township. I don't mind paying to the fire department, those things that are important.
Things that you need,
The schools, I think that we should pay taxes for schools, but I think if you get into a point in your life where you don't have children in school, there should be a cap. If you don't have any kids in school, you should only have to pay $1,500 a year, you know, rather than $5,100. You know, I'll even give you one. I'll pay you $2,000, but I think it should be capped if you don't have kids in school.
I think I'm paying $8,000.
Yeah, but I think it should be capped if you don't have kids in school. I really do. You know, I did, and I don't know what they pay them for in there. We had some pretty good teachers. I guess maybe they didn't make jack shit back in them days, did they? I don't know, but you know, teachers back in our day, they made their own copies. They did everything. They did all their running, made their own copies, and they still had time to go sit in teacher's lounge and smoke cigarettes after making their own copies. These teachers today, they have paraprofessionals working in their classroom say, hey, go make this copy for me. Go do that, you know, and they expect a good wage too. But man, you remember how the smoke used to roll in there in the lunchroom?
They'd open that door.
Open that door up, and it was like a bug fogger going off. And then they go out and smoke in the bus barn too. You
It was
hey, I didn't know you smoked.
one because there was food burning. It was sick.
Oh yeah, they were in there. They were in there burning something, but it sure as hell wasn't
Fun
food.
food. Yeah.
So, but
That's funny.
but those teachers did everything themselves, and now, but anyway, that's I don't. Then again, if the state would give them the money they're supposed to give them, maybe it would lighten up a little bit. But they don't. I mean, all of those lottery money was supposed to go to schools. And I don't. He probably gives it to illegals.
They always have a lot of ideas that's going to save everything and end this and that.
Fair and
But it
balanced.
never pans out.
Fair and balanced. It's all fair and balanced. I feel sorry for families that struggle. I really do.
There's a lot more than you think too.
Yeah, there's a lot more than you think, especially the way gas is
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. I feel sorry for them. I mean, they probably try to figure out how I'm going to. They can't even afford to go buy $25 Monocle's pizza because they're worrying about $25 they need to put toward their tax bill. They can't take their kids on vacation, and they're just taxing us to death. There's been a lot of legislators on in the past few days talking about, the budget and all this stuff. And Chapin Rose, you got to give Chapin a lot of credit. Chapin's a good dude. And Chapin is exactly correct. You cannot tax your way to prosperity.
Yeah.
Because eventually the well's going to run dry.
Yeah.
You cannot tax your way to prosperity. You got to cut your spending back and build your way to that. And they just don't care. I'm telling you.
They don't care.
They just don't care.
No, they don't. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, there's a lot more young families struggling than people think. I would say probably 95% of them, to be honest.
Sure.
Honestly.
Sure.
So there's a few outliers,
that
but
kids.
Yep, young families, man, raising kids, it's fucking impossible to do anything. Like it's impossible to do anything.
Yeah.
Month to month, you're like, what the fuck's going? Where's our fucking money going, man? Really, where's our fucking money going?
It's all going out.
Well,
And you talk about vacations, and you can't fucking go on vacations, and you talk about doing this, and then it's like we can't do that this month.
No.
I mean, every single damn month, it's crazy.
And you both have young kids that are involved in things,
Yeah.
dancing, sports, whatever. All that shit costs money.
Oh, it's
And you want them
insane.
to be involved and do these extra
Right.
things, but you're like, okay, well, you're doing that stuff. I want you to, but sorry,
Yep.
I can't take you on vacation this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what's a shame for me is that
sucks, man.
that's the way it works. And
And it's all because of the shit we're talking about today.
exactly. And the liberals will sit there and tell you, well, taxes are a local problem and all this shit. Well, you got to feel like us. I know you're a liberal and you support freaking Pritzker and all these people, but goddamn, they're getting in your pocketbook too.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that you don't feel the same
Yeah.
way.
The truth
we
is
do.
just the
I
truth.
had that thought
right?
earlier, and I don't have a whole lot to add to that, but I had that same thought earlier. Like, they've got to be struggling the same that
Yeah.
everybody else is.
Yep.
You'd think so. They don't act like it, do they? Something else that's important to
It's
say.
Trump's fault in that case.
Yeah, well, that's what they say. Yeah, it's always Trump's fault. But did you see that last week that an independent filed for governor?
I heard you
So
say
there's
really?
3 candidates,
Wow.
and there's an independent that filed. Well, my Springfield insiders tell me that independent candidate was handpicked and funded by J.B. Pritzker.
Really?
Yep, he handpicked that guy. He funded it. He helped him get his signature. He did it all because he wanted the third candidate on there because I'm hearing he's afraid of Bailey because Bailey's been spending all his time in Chicago where he needed to be.
Wow.
And he's got people, there's momentum up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so Pritzker went out and recruited this guy to run and paid for it all. So don't be fooled.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be fooled by
Yeah.
that. You people, you need to get out and vote in November, and you got to vote red. You got to vote for Bailey. The only way we're going to fix this stuff is get a Republican governor in there. Even if the legislature stays Democrat with Republican governor in there, nothing's going to happen. You're not going to get your taxes raised anymore or anything because he's going to veto it all. So sometimes the government works better when one party's sitting at the top and the other party's running the legislature or vice versa.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works better that way because there's kind of a checks and balances there. We don't have any checks and balances right now. It's Katie bar the door.
Yep.
It's crazy shit, craziness, and everything.
Super majority and a
Yeah.
Democrat governor.
Yeah, but don't be fooled by this independent that ran. He was recruited by Pritzker.
Wow.
And that's where that came from. And Pritzker talks about affordability and all this stuff. This is the best comparison that I've got for it. Here's what you need to remember about J.B. Pritzker. He was born a billionaire. His family kicked him out of the business and off the board and stuff because he was a Fruit Loop, but he still got his trust fund. So when we were kids, and not so much you guys, but when we were kids and we were digging in the car seats trying to find a quarter to go uptown to the dime store, he sent his minion up there with a $10 bill. Remember that. He's never wanted for anything in his life, and he thinks it.
Or when we were siphoning gas from one car to another.
And we're not going to talk about the car we were siphoning the gas out of.
I wasn't going to mention it.
I'll tell you that story when we're off the air.
Shut her down, let's
Yeah, I had forgotten all about that, and we did. Holy cow. That's a good one. We'll talk about that one later. And if you're watching this and you want to know what it is, you ask me if you see me out and about, but I'm not going to say
That's
it on
hilarious.
here. Although the statute of limitations is out on that. So
That's so funny.
But anyway,
Yeah, we're good.
we used to have fun back in the day.
That's
But
hilarious.
anyway,
It's all good fun.
don't let J.B. Pritzker fool you. He talks about affordability and this and that and this and that, and then he turns right around the next breath and he does shit to raise your taxes, so you got to pay more for the things you get. He is not even budging on relieving the fuel tax because he can't lose that money.
Well, it's not. He wants to make Trump look bad, so there's no way he's going to drop the tax.
No.
Because he keeps saying it's Trump's war and that's what's the gas prices, which, it's a direct result of that. But
Right.
he there's no way he's going to give Illinois relief on that because he wants them to feel Trump.
He's still
Hey,
deflecting, right?
yeah.
He's still deflecting.
But
Exactly.
he's still, if he thinks he's going to run for president, he's freaking delusional. Because I got news for you, his party don't want him to be
Well,
their
he ain't
candidate.
taking them GLP shots for nothing.
Well, that's true. He is hitting the needle.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got
Is
to
he?
be. Oh yeah.
Has he lost a bunch
Oh
of weight?
yeah, he's lost.
You haven't seen him
a
lately?
couple hundred
No.
pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
yeah.
He's a small Fred Flintstone.
You mean
version of
he can look
himself.
even worse than he did?
Yeah. but if he thinks that his party is going to choose him to be their candidate for he's delusional because they ain't gonna pick him. So he's just. And if you remember.
He's on that path, though.
He is, though. But if you were, there was a lot of people been on that path.
I mean, the
didn't
old
get
saying,
nowhere.
wish in one hand
Well,
and
that's
shit
right.
in the other.
But
What do you
there's,
get?
There's a lot of people been on that path, didn't get anywhere.
Yeah.
But if you remember, back when Obama got elected president, Pritzker was one of them standing in line trying to pay to buy that Senate seat from Blagojevich. He was one of them that was. That's the first time I ever heard J.B. Pritzker's name was when all that was going on. So he was one of them in there trying to buy that. And old Blago, he'll tell you that. Since he got out of prison and got pardoned, old Blago, he's not too bad of a guy.
Yeah.
When he
I kinda
comes
like him
on as
now.
a news contributor, he gets to
Yeah,
go
he's
on.
on-
He don't
he's on
hold back.
Fox News all the time.
He don't hold back.
He's not as bad as I thought
And he got his hair colored again, and he's
Did
he's back. He's back in the
back.
groove. Old Blago is.
Yeah, he doesn't talk kindly of the Democrats.
No, he doesn't.
Not
So
a fan.
man, you just got to stop buying into and you know what? I'm going to say that the majority of people that watch this podcast, the majority are going to be like, yeah, fuck them Democrats, and all this stuff. But I think there's a few that watch us that are probably, I think it's like watching a bad car wreck. They can't stop watching, but I think we piss them off because there's been a couple in the off season or off times that have come after me.
You know what, man? The truth is the truth. And when you speak it, it's like some people aren't going to like it just because they don't want to side with. It's like, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. As long as we're sitting here speaking facts, speaking the
Well,
truth.
that's true.
Then
That's true. And
they get mad all they want.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
jump back.
I got mad at you because you're complaining that you're paying too much money in taxes.
Yeah,
I don't
right.
agree with that. What?
Yeah. You don't pay. Hey, it's a local problem.
Yeah.
Well, I'll agree with you. It is a local problem, and it's the person sitting in that office at the courthouse over there that just arbitrarily does things just because they can. And it's like, if you could prove to me that multiplier was at a 1 before that person even had that job. And if you can prove to me that what you're doing is the best, but you just sit in there and think this is what you need to do based on well, kiss my ass. That's what I'll tell you. So anyway, but
Kiss our ass.
there you go. Kiss everybody's ass. Kiss everybody's ass.
Right.
So, but I'm sorry that you have these bills. I've got this tax bill too. And it's like I said, I really feel Hey, gosh, what about yours in Champaign County? Hell, yours is even higher than they are here.
My total property tax bill is for everything is it's right around 16,000.
Oh my God.
How'd you like to get them in the mail? Well, not just that. Yours is 16,000. How would you like to be a farm person that gets a stack of them? Like
Yeah.
that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I'm telling you, these billionaires buying this farm ground. That's why your farm ground taxes are going up, because the person at the courthouse is raising the EAV because they're overpaying for farm ground,
Yeah.
and that's why those go up. And
Unfortunately, that's going to be the trend forever.
Yep.
sure,
Yep.
it's not going
Not
to change.
going away now.
It's not going to change. And a guy that's a billionaire going and spending $2, $3, $4, $5, $10 million on farm ground is chump change. It is nothing to them.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mhm.
gosh, I know. And like my dad's elderly, your dad's an elderly guy. If my dad had $1,000 in his pocket, that's a lot of money to him, because it was. And $1,000 to me and you, that ain't nothing.
It doesn't go
You know,
anywhere now.
I spend
unfortunately.
$1,000 real quick. You know, but to people of that generation that were born right out of the Depression, whose parents lived through the Depression, oh my God, $1,000 is a lot of money to them. You know, they think $100,000 is a lot of money. $100,000 won't go anywhere anymore.
No, it
It
doesn't.
sure shit don't.
Nope.
It sure shit don't. But we need some property tax relief. We need property tax relief. I don't know what we've got to do to get property tax relief, but we need to come here and give you this information and tell you that it is a local problem, but the state has influence in it. And just stop raising our EAV. Just because you can, stop doing it. Give everybody a break a little bit. And if there is a truth in taxation hearing that you hear about or you see about, you need to go. Go voice your opinion. Tell them why they shouldn't raise taxes. You may not get anywhere doing it. They may still do it anyway, but at least you're going to go in and
Your voice.
Sometimes it's easier just to, well, I'm just going to be really blunt. It may not be the right thing to do, but sometimes it's just better to tell somebody to get fucked than not, because it'll make you feel better. If nothing else, it'll make you
Yeah,
feel
at least
better.
you can say that.
Yeah,
Well,
it'll make you feel better. Well, I didn't get nowhere, but I told him to get fucked.
Well, you know what? Like,
What
you said,
if
even-
everybody filed an appeal? It would overwhelm the system and
Well,
make a hell of a statement.
It could be, but boy, that'd be tough getting everybody to do it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you
That's
said-
all I'm saying. Everybody's wrapped up in their own issues. I mean, our system's created so many problems for people. They're like, I don't have time to do that. I got to worry about all this other stuff going on in my life now. Like, I don't have time to go even create an appeal, write an appeal. Like, people just don't see it like that.
more worried about
We-
making
we-
it month
we-
to month right now.
Yeah,
Well, not only that, but how about something like in your situation and for, man, I'm worried about trying to find a babysitter.
yeah,
Yeah.
You know,
literally.
somebody to watch my kid while I go to work so I
Yep.
can make money, so I
Yep.
can pay my inflated property taxes,
Mhm.
so I can pay my 50 cents a gallon tax on gasoline.
Yeah.
You know, I can pay my tax on my plastic bags.
Yeah, and it hasn't happened overnight. It's been over years. And
Sure.
we're conditioned now to just believe that our voice doesn't matter anymore. Nothing we do is going to help. Like, it's just us versus the system.
Well,
And-
it's just been beaten down
Ex-
to the
exactly.
point where it's like,
Exactly.
it's futile.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, you know, and I've had people say to me before, I go, well, I'm not going to vote because it don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. So I guess the only adage you live off of
In
is,
Illinois, I think that's
well,
the
that's
case.
true. But the old adage is, well, if you don't vote, can't bitch. I
Yep.
guess that's the only thing you live by. But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put another plug in for the Save America Act. You should have to show a photo identification and prove who you are to vote.
Well, have
You
you,
should have to
have
do
you
that.
started
Of
getting
course.
Social Security yet?
No,
So
I'm
you,
not old enough.
you have to apply. You have to apply online.
Yeah.
You better have some ID.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
I mean, you have to download it and,
And
send it to
upload
them.
it to their-
Then you have
yeah.
to take a picture of yourself so that they can
Yeah.
match
Compare.
it to the ID you sent.
Right,
Oh
right.
yeah,
yeah.
for Social Security.
Yeah. Well,
But not to vote.
But you don't need anything to vote.
not
yeah,
to vote.
not to vote though.
Not to vote, and you have to have
That's
a vote.
different.
You have to have a valid government photo ID to buy a ticket to get into the Barack Obama Presidential Center. You got to have photo ID to get in to go to that. I ain't going to that place. No. Anyway,
It's
but
a beautiful building. Have you
yeah,
seen
it's
it?
beautiful. But you see what I'm saying? That Save America Act is important that it gets done. You should have to show.
Yeah.
And what's the big deal? And I'll tell
right.
you why I say that. And I had a podcast about this, but my dad went and tried to vote in the primary, and they said, "You're not on voter rolls." He goes, "I've been on them voter rolls since." Well, I don't know what happened. I ended up going to the courthouse, and they had him ineligible for some reason. Never really found it. But as they were looking, my grandmother, who's been dead since 2018, was still on the voter rolls. My grandfather, who's been dead since 2014, was still on the voter rolls. My mother, who died in January, was still on the voter rolls, but I can kind of understand that. So if you lived in a big area where nobody knew you and without showing ID, I could just walk in and say, "Well, I'm so-and-so," and they wouldn't know. And if you could sign a signature halfway close, they'll let you vote. So I truly believe I can see how a dead person could vote. I can see that.
Well, there's only one reason why some people don't want that passed.
Yeah.
Because they know full well that people who shouldn't be voting are voting.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be in the Democratic advantage.
Yeah.
And you're right. And you know what? Let's talk about Champaign County for a minute. You worked up there forever. You were involved. Everybody that you worked for in your office was a Republican office holder. Look how that county's changed up there.
Well, that's because they let students vote.
Exactly. And they come down from Chicago and they sign them up. That county has turned from Republican to Democrat.
Well,
Champaign County.
look at the states. The state, a map of the state of how it voted either Republican or Democrat in the county, and every single one of them that has a university is blue.
Yeah.
Yep.
McLean County, Champaign County,
Madison County, St. Clair.
Yeah.
Probably even down
And,
to Carbondale.
yes.
Mhm.
Coles-
Is that,
Carbondale.
is that Jackson?
Yes,
Yeah.
Jackson.
That's
and then
blue. It's
Coles
blue.
County,
Mhm.
where Eastern is.
I
Yep.
don't know
It
if
may
Coles
not.
was, but all the rest of them are.
Yeah.
Every single one of them is a university.
Yeah.
So they've imported that northern vote into those places, and that's what the result is.
I remember that year that there was that election that guy we talked about the other day that ran and got beat by the current incumbent. I think that was 16, the first time Trump ran, and I think that they were coming down from Chicago and registering those college kids to vote, and we're like giving them pizzas and shit.
They
They're giving them money.
they were bussing them in to
Yeah.
vote too, and oh yeah, they made sure
So-
that, and they were on campus doing the registration.
Right. And
I know for a fact.
it's just crazy how it's going on. Well, I got one. I'm going to change gears again. You guys got anything you want to talk about on the tax topic or any of this other stuff?
I think we're pretty well covered.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to turn to Iran for a minute. It's still going on over there. Things kind of heated up this morning. Iran shot a missile or drone or something at our base in Kuwait and injured 5 or 6 of our soldiers and stuff. And then we retaliated on some drone bases. I don't know about you guys. I wish he'd quit just screwing around with them and just blow the hell out of their infrastructure and be done with it.
I mean, set a deadline
Yeah.
if the deal, or
Yeah, don't you know? I know why he keeps extending, but they think they're going to hold it out to the midterms because they don't think he just needs to blow the hell out of them and move away with it. So that's my opinion. What do you think?
Well, it's just so back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and we just need to be done with it. Just figure something out one way or the other.
Those Iranians have not negotiated in good faith for 46 or 47
No, they're
years.
not
What the hell
going
makes
to.
you think they're going to do it now?
That's like they say one thing, and then in 24 hours, it's the exact opposite,
yeah.
and they're
Yeah,
just
I don't know what the hell else
firing
is gonna-
shots off again. And
I think part of the problem is that there's really no defined leader.
Yeah, that's true. I agree. So,
So I think the gay Ayatollah there, I don't think he's really alive.
I don't
No
either.
one's seen him.
I don't either. They say he was disfigured, but I don't think he's alive. He's probably disfigured in a coffin.
yeah,
So, but yeah, I wish we'd just blow the hell out of her and get her done. But anyway, our military might and our military, boy, some of the things we're seeing, they're pretty fantastic. And those other countries like Russia and China and places ought to pay attention because we got it going on.
It's definitely impressive.
Yeah.
So, anybody got anything else?
I don't think so.
All right, I think we're going to sign off and get out of here.
Great facts today.
Boy, everybody, I'm sorry you got to pay these tax bills you got to pay.
Pretty fucking stupid.
I was pissed off because mine went up a few $100s. There's people out there that went up over $1,000. And
Yeah.
I haven't seen mine yet.
I'm sorry you got to pay them. It's like Jordon said, taxing people it should be illegal. It's not the right thing to do. Property taxes didn't even come around till, I don't know, 100 years ago maybe. And sales, property income taxes didn't come around until about 100 years ago either. So I don't. And another thing, I believe that there are entirely too many governmental taxing bodies in this state. Everybody taxes. But the most important one to me, again, is the Douglas County Historical Museum District. That is the most important one to
It's
me.
because you can take a shit in there.
Because anybody can go take a shit. You pay enough for the school. If you're walking by the school, just go and say, hey, I need to use the toilet.
That's right.
Well, you can't do that. Well, I can too. I own the place.
That's right.
Son of a bitch. That one toilet right there is mine. I own it.
Yeah, I paid for that.
I own that piece of porcelain.
But you'd even think
For
that
$8,000, I think I own more than one.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But you'd even think that the people involved with the school and the administrators and teachers, I understand it goes to benefit them, but you'd think they'd get tired of the increases and stuff. And I don't know. I don't know what the fix is. Well, I do know what the fix is, but I can't fix it. I'd love to get Chapin Rose in here and have him on a podcast. I really would. I'd buy another set of mics and stuff if we could get Chapin in here so we could have a full We'd may have to move the studio to the garage if we did that. But I think it'd be cool to get him on here. I really do. So I don't know. Maybe we can work on that sometime. If you see him out, say, hey.
He's got a lot of great points, man.
So anyway.
He's pretty fired up right now. So
Well, he is pretty fired up. And I mean, he's going to come in and talk more just about than property taxes.
Oh, yeah.
So it'd be fun to get him in there.
It would be.
It really would. It really fun. Okay. Anybody
Okay.
got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for being here. Thanks for you guys getting back. My main squeezes, they're back. Chris, thanks for coming down. Glad to have you. You have an open invitation anytime you want to come.
All right.
Yeah, you do. You have an open invitation anytime you want to come. You guys know you do. You're my boys. So,
Let's
but
go.
we're going to sign off and get out of here. I guess I'll leave you with what I always tell you. Remember, you don't have to take shit off of anybody. Have a great day. We'll see you later. Everybody,
See you later.
Nice one. Bye.
Planning your next getaway? Let Travel Simple for You handle the details so you can focus on the memories. Owned by Gigi Henderson and located in Tuscola, Illinois, Travel Simple for You is dedicated to creating the vacation of your dreams. Whether it's a family adventure, a romantic escape, or a group experience like river cruises, ocean cruises, and guided land tours. See what trips are currently available or book your personalized travel consult today at travelsimple.com. Your dream vacation starts with Travel Simple for You. This episode of Duty Calls BS Falls is brought to you by Within Your Reach Marketing, located in Arthur, Illinois. Lexi Taylor and her team bring a variety of marketing services to small and medium businesses located in Illinois, including social media management, website creation, print media, and marketing consulting. Are you a small business looking for change in 2026? Give Lexi and her team a shout out on Facebook, Instagram, or their website, withinyourreachmktg.com. From Chicago to Cairo, Within Your Reach Marketing is here to help the small business owners who aren't sure where to start and help their dreams grow. Duty Calls BS Falls can highlight your business. We are looking for small businesses that are interested in being featured as a sponsor in our podcast. If you're a friend of the show or the host, family member, or just interested in being featured here to get the word out about your business, send an email to dutycallsbsfalls@gmail.com with your inquiry and business description. We'll get back to you with additional details. Note, Duty Calls BS Falls is a political and opinion-based podcast located in Douglas County, Illinois.